All right, I am back with another layout, and this time me and Hannah are doing florals for our scrappy playdate. This is the Neapolitan collection by Dear Lizzie. It is an old collection of hers, and it has that beautiful floral paper in there. And so I was just showing you the sheet, and I went ahead and turned off the camera and fussy cut every single one of those flowers out. But it was pretty easy because they're sketchy flowers, so it didn't take long at all, maybe 10 minutes. I then pulled out this Jen Hatfield collection by Pebbles, and I love this collection. I love the colors and the patterns in it and stuff. So I picked out a few papers that I wanted to use, and I'm going to use this gray and white horizontal stripe for my background. And I just put clear gesso over the whole sheet and dried it up. And now I am taking this Tim Holtz brick stencil. This is one of his newer stencils. And some Liquitex modeling paste. I actually switched back to Liquitex because I have the golden and it's great, but when I use my heat gun on it, it puffs up. So when I use like a more delicate stencil, it just kind of blobs together when it puffs up, and it's pretty subtle. I mean, it's nothing super major, but it was just bothering me. So I'm going to use that modeling paste for different stencils and this one for the more detailed ones. And then just as a side note, I also have the Teresa Collins modeling paste, and that stuff is horrible to me. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not very good quality. So here I am with my watercolors. This is just my cheap set from Michaels, and I'm mixing 3 colors together, 2 blues and like a darker green, to get this color, because this is the color of one of the papers that I'm going to be using. And I am just watercoloring over that modeling paste that I laid down. It looks kind of weird and random right here, but I'm actually going to lay the flowers in the corners. So this blue part over the brick will actually just be peeking out. And I'm just hitting that with my heat gun, making sure everything is dry because I want to start using my adhesive. So I really wanted to make sure everything was dry. I'm going to mount this on a white 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. Now, I knew I wanted to do this, so that's why you saw me trimming it up earlier, and I just took a 1/2 inch off 2 sides, so that is 1/8 of an inch around, I believe. Or 1/4 of an inch, I'm sorry. So I'm just going to start laying these flowers out how I want them and gluing them down. And I actually cut a lot of this out, so in a second they will magically all be together, or all done. And there was no rhyme or reason how I laid these down. I just didn't want too many of the lighter color clustered together. I mean, I wanted a little bit of the dark, you know, to break it up. So otherwise, no rhyme or reason at all. So there we go. They're all put on, and you can see I actually extended it past the gray paper and trimmed it off at the edge of the whole layout, which I liked. So, and some of them I popped up, and so the one, you know, there's a few that I popped up on the top and stuff. So I trimmed my photo down to 3 by 4 here, and this photo was actually printed off my actual computer a long time ago. This is not from my selfie, and so it's not the best quality, but I have scrapped this picture a couple times, so I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, I mean, I just scrap the same picture more than once sometimes. I don't know why. I just do. So I'm just getting my layers ready. Now that's that bluish paper that I was trying to match the watercolor to, which is a floral, that blue paper. And then this is another floral, and it's a yellow. And these are all from the same collection. And I'm going to cut out that today is a good day to be happy card down there. And that is actually going to be my title. And I'm going to cut it into strips. So that I can kind of maneuver it where I want to. And I also just love that look of like strips put together. Like I love when people do that with their journaling. And stuff like that. I just think it's a really cool look. So I'm just going to fiddle around where I want the title. At first I wanted to put it there, but I figured I was going to have a hard time kind of figuring out where I wanted to embellish and stuff. But, you know, and this is such a cliche because so many people say this and, you know, while they're doing the video, but it doesn't look that bad on video. I could have left the title there. But I punched these triangles out of a text paper from that collection, and I just wanted to make sure that the text was facing the correct way. I thought they were all going to go in that lower left hand corner, and then I decided when I moved my title, I wanted to put one up on the top right there, and so I have to go back and punch another one because the letters being upside down, the words, was driving me nuts. So, and then to help them stand out a bit, I'm just going to back them with some of the same pattern papers that I did my layering with behind my picture. So I'm just trimming a border out of the red one here, and one out of the yellow one, and then I'm going to do that third one out of the red also. Sorry, it's I just woke up, so I'm still drinking my coffee. So yeah, so I like how those triangles look backed with some paper much more, and it adds more color to those areas. So now I'm just grabbing a washi tape, and this is a Teresa Collins washi tape. I don't know what collection it's from, but I'm going to end up, I thought maybe about that one, but it was too orangey, so I'm just debating here. Debating what's going on. Okay, I'm not going to use the washi right now. I'm going to pop this picture up. I'm going to lay these layers together, I believe now. So I'm using just some pop dots. I think those are by American Crafts or one of those type of companies. I don't know for sure. I think they are American Crafts though. So I'm just popping up that picture and sticking my layers together so that they're not flopping everywhere. And then I'm taking this gold thread and I am running it through my hands a few times there to straighten out the curl from being on the spool. And I'm just messing with it, kind of getting it somewhat how I want it in the background, and then I realized I needed more. So I'm going to do the same thing, and once that is kind of how I want it to be, I'm going to stick this whole thing down with some 3M foam tape, I believe. And I'm also going to just throw some ATG in the middle there and press the center of the thread into it so that it just has a little bit more adhesive to hold on to. And throw the picture down, and I've really been loving using thread lately. It just adds a cool texture and you know, blah blah blah, the same things everybody says about thread. So yeah, I like it, and I like now that I have the gold one because it is nice for a subtle accent of gold, you know. So I'm going to lay the title pieces down, and this happy one, I'm going to have a piece of the thread kind of dangle over the front of it. I know it's hard to see on camera, but you might see later. So my camera died for a second, and it wasn't too long before I noticed it. So I just have laid those 2 heart stickers down. And those are from, I think, Daydreamer by Dear Lizzie. And then that canvas brad is a Cosmo Cricut brad. And then I put 2 buttons to the upper right of the picture, kind of just layered in with the layers, the paper layers back there. And then I'm taking this little girl icon from Jelly Bean Soup, excuse me, and sticking it on that heart there, and I popped her up. And then these are some Chamel stickers, and I'm going to take one of the pink ones that says Fab, and I'm going to put it right there by those buttons up there. And I'm sorry, if you can see the washi tape, I tore a piece of washi tape in half lengthwise, and then I laid it under the Is a Good Day strip and then Day to Be strip. So just peeking out the torn edge of the washi. Now I'm just grabbing some enamel dots. I was looking through some flares, but I don't think I ended up putting one on here. So these are some super big enamel dots from We Are Memory Keepers, and I love them. I think they're such a statement, you know? So I'm just putting a couple of the light blue ones on my layout that match that watercolor. And yeah, I really like those. I think they're more supposed to be used with like the flower kit that they have out or something like that, but I like them. They're huge. They're about the size of like you know, like those buttons or that bigger brad. It's pretty cool. I like them. So yeah, I just put other enamel dots down in yellow and white, and then I'm going to, let's all be surprised at what I'm gonna do. Because I don't know. Oh yes, I'm taking this roller stamp. This is a Maggie Holmes one, and I'm also gonna grab a Dear Lizzie one. And the Maggie Holmes one is sent to Moments. And so I'm just going to stamp that with some black archival ink. And then this one is set to I Love You Lots. And I'm just stamping around the same areas with it. And I'm going to do my journaling really quick down here. This picture was just, we took a family charter that my mom and her husband had arranged, my whole family, and fishing charter, I'm sorry. And my daughter and my stepdad were the only ones that caught a fish. So, and this was taken years ago. So this is my daughter holding her fish. And I'm going to cover up my area, my main area now, and I'm going to splatter some India ink real quick. And yeah, that's going to be it. So I believe, oh, it's not it. I took my clear gold Wink of Stella. So it's clear, but it has like a hint of gold to it. And I'm just coloring over, you know, a few flowers in each corner. And it's always hard to see the Wink of Stella on camera, but it is so cool in real life. It's really, really pretty. And every time I touched that paper, I kept putting my hand in India ink. I was so glad that it didn't smear everywhere. I don't know how that didn't happen. So here's some close-ups of everything there. You can kind of see the buttons more and, you know, more of the part that kind of got skipped over when my battery died. But it wasn't too much, so yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you go check out Hannah's video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.